Assalamualaikum and a very good day. Saya ingat saya tak payah buat explanation on this, tapi since it's speak for itself pun saya rasa, tapi still tak apa. I have a few questions asking for how to do presentation, okay, polymer presentation. So here it is, right? Okay. So the time that you need is only 15 minutes tops. Maknanya I cuma nak 15 minutes sahaja of your time to make the video. So tak perlu banyak-banyak, nanti you kena editing banyak ya. And then you must wear a proper attire, meaning you kena pakai black and white lah, according to the court. Okay, you must follow the sequence as I write here. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, next, you kena follow legal terms in court. You kena use legal terms in court. For example here, the statement untuk presentation. How do you make an appearance? How do you give your statement of the case? How do you conclude your case? It must follow the statement. Okay, as I give you the example lah. If you don't want, you can find it in Google pun okay. Okay, and the language must be totally in English. And you must give arguments, not answer. Meaning, you must argue for your client. You don't have to argue for your opposing punya client. Selalu I dapat, macam I tengok you punya outline submission, you argue for your client, for your opponent. You are the lawyer, you kena defend your client, jangan defend your opponent. Alright? Okay. For the sequence of presentation, okay, kita ada 4 sequence. First, you have to make your appearance. Appearance here meaning you kena give in some introduction. You must give the introduction, who is the counsel for the plaintiff, okay, who is the senior counsel and who is the junior counsel. So for the sequence, tengok untuk appearance mana contohnya. First, appearance. Okay, mula-mula sebab yang akan saman tu plaintiff kan. So plaintiff dia intro siapa dia punya senior counsel, siapa dia punya junior counsel. And then you give a brief statement of the case. You cerita sikit pasal case. Sebab tu I cakap you tak payah berlakon. Berlakon lambat. You cuma cerita je. Cerita ni pasal apa? Alia beli oven meletup, like that. Okay. And then first untuk plaintiff punya appearance dah settle. Kita pergi yang kedua, appearance for the defendant. Okay, appearance for the defendant, you sama-sama macam tadi lah. You explain siapa senior and junior counsel. Statement of the case, kalau you rasa plaintiff punya case tak solid, you boleh also give your statement of case here. And then second, you give submission. Bila you bagi submission, you follow lah the ILAC rules. Maknanya you kena ada issue and you kena give your answer issue. Okay, the law here, section, and you apply. You give case and you apply. Conclusion tak payah lagi. Conclusion hujung kat sini. Okay, kat sini sahaja. So mula-mula lawyer plaintiff bagi issue and you answer. And then terus kat sini lah. Maknanya the law plaintiff senior counsel ataupun junior counsel akan terangkan section apa kita pakai and then you relate. Case apa kita pakai and you relate. Okay, and then for defendant pula, issue answer, section apply, case apply. You kena bertukar ganti di situ. Okay, and then next, rebuttal. Rebuttal kalau you rasa as the lawyer, you rasa you punya opponent punya submission tak solid, maknanya argument dia salah, you boleh betulkan kesalahan dia di sini dekat part rebuttal. You jangan potong dia masa dia tengah buat submission. You rebut selepas pada dia siap submission. Okay, and then fourth, you conclude your case and you appeal to the court for your case to be decided in your favour, untuk you punya maknanya court setuju dengan you punya claim lah. Okay, nampak mula-mula plaintiff and then defendant appearance, and then plaintiff lagi submission, defendant pula submit, and then rebuttal. Kalau plaintiff ada rebuttal, defendant rebuttal, buat rebuttal. Last kali baru buat conclusion. Okay, last one, the statement. Okay, example of statement, contoh untuk appearance. May it please to the court, my name is apa? Alia. I am the senior counsel for the appellant ataupun respondent, nama apa. Okay, and then you cerita, bagi tahu lagi. Okay, this is my junior counsel Hamid, macam tu. So that is the appearance, and then you bagi statement of the case. So you boleh bagi contoh macam ni pun boleh, ataupun apa-apa saja contoh pun boleh. You cerita secara brief, sebab saya sebagai hakim, saya dah tahu dah cerita awak. Saya nak cuma awak explain saja kes awak. Okay, then number third, order of submission. Make sure tadi saya cakap follow ILAC. You cerita issue, the law, the section, the cases. And fourth, for the conclusion, okay, bila you dah finish your argument, kita nak conclude. Okay, macam awak buat macam kita buat sebelum ni. Kita ada 4 step kan. First, answer issue. Kenapa? Reason. And then, based on section apa, you cerita balik on section. Okay, and then number 3, based on case apa. Case contoh Robbie William ke, David Jones ke. Okay, last one, you kena apply for prayer for relief. Maknanya you nak minta apa. So kita kena tahulah, kalau kes kita bab kontrak, kita kena tengok remedies in law of contract. Sama juga dengan kalau kes kita bawah agensi, kita tengok remedies bawah Akta Kontrak 1950, Contracts Act. Mana cantik, Contracts Act 1950. Apa yang you nak apply? Damages ke? Specific performance ke? Kalau kes you bawah SOGA, kita janganlah pakai Contracts Act. Kita pakai remedies under SOGA. Ida ajar sebelum ni dah topik 5, boleh check balik. Okay, so you boleh guna statement ni. For the foregoing reason, apa you nak apply dekat court. Okay, so tadi rebuttal tadi kalau berlaku lah. So that is all. Make sure appearance, kita recap balik. 15 minit sahaja masa. Proper court attire, you follow sequence, appearance, submission, rebuttal, conclusion. Okay, and you have legal term, statement, your statement kena follow legal statement. You must speak fully in English. Sebab tu saya minta sekejap sahaja, 15 minit paling banyak. Sebab makin lama you cakap, makin banyak kesalahan kan. So better kita kurangkan kesalahan as much as possible, and you need to give your arguments and you not the answer. You kena argue your case for the client. Sebab bila you adalah lawyer kepada klien you, kita tahu klien kita salah kan, tapi kita nak tengok dari kita nak defend dia daripada sudut apa, part mana yang kita boleh tolong dia. Okey, contoh, kalaulah kita bagi contoh soal criminal case lah. Okey, kita tahu kita punya klien bunuh orang. Okay, so that is a clear cut. Maknanya untuk lawyer defendant, lawyer plaintiff, the public prosecutor memang dia boleh terus pergi section 300 lah. Kita nak saman dia sebab membunuh kan. Tetapi bila kita lawyer untuk kita punya klien, orang yang membunuh tadi tu, si pembunuh, kita tengok pada sudut lain. Contoh dia ada mental incapacity ke, maknanya dia gila. So bila dia gila, boleh ke kita nak letakkan full kesalahan pada dia? Tak boleh. So kalau kita tengok pada kontrak, kita tengok kes klien kita tu cukup ke tak mental capacity dia, section 10, section 11 tu, ataupun dia bankrupt ke tak, dia buat kontrak, ataupun masa kita beli kita defend penjual sebab dia jual barang lepas yang tak ada merchantable quality. So kita nak defend dia, kita nak defend penjual tu. Sebab kita lawyer penjual kan, kita tahu dah barang tu rosak, tapi kita nak defend dia. Kita nak kata ada kontrak antara penjual dengan pembeli. So that is why I say you need to give argument, bukan answer sebenar jawapan tu. Bila you adalah lawyer kepada defendant, orang yang salah, so kita nak argue part mana lagi kita boleh argue untuk bantu kita punya klien. Okay, faham Give arguments and not the answer. Answer ni untuk plaintiff senang sikit kan, tapi untuk defendant you kena carilah, kena pusing sikit cerita dia. Okay, so that is all. Thank you very much. If you have any question, please don't hesitate to ask me in YouTube comment, ataupun you can PM me directly. So that is all. Thank you. Assalamualaikum.